coming in from the passenger side, you're going to remove this panel here. It just pulls off straight off. There's a couple of clips there. One, you can see them there. 1, 2, 3. Just place that aside. There is 6 screws. They are Torex on this particular vehicle. 20 Torex. 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 3 at the bottom here. Are already removed. That's them there. So they're little Torexes. So this just pulls off then. So when you pull it off, there will be a block connector there for the airbag on and off switch. You will need it. There hasn't got much going, so you'll need to put a screwdriver or something in there, get your hand down and pop this green colored tab back, and then that'll fall off, and then you can remove this. There is a couple of clips holding it on. You can kind of see them there. It is a little bit tricky to get down, but 2 minutes. You're gonna remove this. So just pull it from the back here, like that. Boom. It'll pull out. It has 2 clips there, 1 here, 1 there, and then it will just go to the back. Discard that. Here you need to remove another 20 Torex. So pull that out, and then underneath here there's a cover, and it has these little hand screw, 2 of these. You're gonna screw them out. One's there and one's there, and then that cover will fall down. It's just sometimes these aren't on the vehicles after doing a pollen filter. So we'll just remove that. And then you can, after taking the 20 out from here, you can just remove this. It just pulls off. It's the only thing holding it on. It goes onto a vent on the top. Again, you can just remove that. So we're getting closer to the 2 heater core pipes are running in here. You can kind of see them there now. There is a wiring loom, you can just see it here, and it runs through here and up and over and clips onto this. Sorry, focus. Clips onto this part up here. I'll take it down now in 2 seconds. There is a handful of 4 of these 6mm bolts in them. This will pull down. It actually won't pull down. You'll see this one here is a little bit in the way, so you want to remove this one, this one, this one, and that one there. This tab here, as I was speaking about earlier, the wiring loom kind of goes on that, has a little metal grabber, and it grabs onto it, so it'll pull it down. You have to pull it off. So we'll have a look in here. I have the heater core off. You will need to remove this part here. It goes onto this. This is connected to your heater controls. So just watch when I actually went to pry it off. You can just see, if I can get focus on it. Focus. There. You can just see it there. It has 2 little tabs, and you squeeze them 2 together and then pry it off. I actually pulled off the whole that white part. A little bit tricky to see it up there, but I pulled off the white part by mistake, so I had to refit that, and there was a spring on it. Sorry, this phone is going into jitter. So this part here pulled out. It was quite easy to get back on, but it was a little bit tricky. But if you can do it without pulling this part on, that's perfect. That'll give you access to this top screw by removing this part here. So this top one is the only one that'll give you some bother here. You might be able to adjust it with this by turning it around and not undoing this rod part here. You can kind of see it there. So you might get away with not undoing this part if you can, and just moving the actual heater control itself to get the little 6 bolt out. So once you have the 6 bolt out, you can just undo this wiring loom. There's the connector on the wiring loom with the steel tab that goes onto the little lug. Once you undo that, you can kind of move it out of the way. There's gonna be these 2 clamps with 3mm Allen keys in them. So just undo the Allen keys and then undo the and push them out of the way for the moment. You're gonna have to pull these 2 pipes out, which for me it was extremely difficult. The little rubber O-rings that sit into the rad itself was seized in. I used this pry tool. It's for clips and stuff like that, and I kind of got it in around it and pried it up. So like, came in there and just wedged that in, and something like this. And kind of just got the corner underneath it and pried it out, and it didn't do any damage to either the pipe or the old heater rad if you wanted to reuse it. There's the seals there. They are very perished as well, and a lot of the old rubber stuck to the part in here, which needs to be cleaned up. So once you can get them 2 pipes back, there's just enough room to take the rad out. So you can pop the rad out. You can see some of the rust inside there. So when you're putting the new rad in, you're gonna have to clean up this part here. You can kind of see there's a little bit of corrosion on them. I'm gonna do a little better job than that, but there was a lot of rubber stuck around this part, so make sure everything's hoovered out of the airbox itself. Obviously I'm not finished the job yet. I'm gonna put the new seals on with a tiny bit of rubber grease, so they seal better. I had an issue with another one before, and then redo it all. But you want to flush the coolant first, because if you have a load of crap in there, you're gonna have a load of crap in the engine. So we've done the coolant bottle and a few other little bits on this car, the thermostat, so we're already flushing the coolant. So yeah, and then just replace everything. Shouldn't take you that long. Hardest part was getting the rad pipes out, these ones, and other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Hopefully this helps somebody.